Fertile Ground started in 2011, tail end of 2011. It was an offshoot of an urban gardening farming project called Commonwealth Urban Farms. We initially were dealing with like food waste, seeing the amount of food waste coming out of local Whole Foods that had come in. We were trying to build soils using compost, but in that process, like of working with Whole Foods and seeing how much produce was coming out, just kind of realized like this is a major issue and we need to try to do something about it. So started knocking on restaurant doors, started doing restaurant food waste collection. Kind of at the same time we're getting requests from restaurants. They were like, hey, we're not even recycling. Composting sounds cool, but can you help us figure out how to recycle? And so that's kind of what got us initially into like recycling. We also do residential compost collection. We pick up compost from people's homes, and we do this in Norman. We also do zero waste events where people hire us to help do kind of initial consulting for their events, to help design it so that the event doesn't produce waste, but then we can also come in and provide bins, signage, labor to take away the waste, process it, and make sure it gets recycled and composted.
Recently, municipalities made the announcement, like end of 2019, saying they were no longer going to collect glass in their single stream recycling. And so Terry got on the phone, made some calls, and we were able to find a local glass manufacturer that will take our glass and recycle it right here in Oklahoma. And so we've got, a container that we can fill up as much as we want, and they will take it off. And so we're able to do the hauling part of it. So we can bring a 18-gallon bin to your home and you can fill it up with glass, and then we take it away. It gets around a lot of the issues that are currently going on with the recycling industry, with contamination and China and different things. And so we very much simplify this stream right here in Oklahoma, and we can work directly with individuals to take their glass.
So glass is an infinitely recyclable material commodity. Glass is made from sand, so it costs a lot of energy to mine sand. It takes a third less energy to create glass from while using recycled glass because the melting temperature is lower. So it's really important that we figure out ways to recycle glass. The city of Norman currently has a solution to recycle glass. There's a company out of Kansas City that brings a container, and that container it's been a pretty good situation. There's a little bit of uncertainty of whether or not that will be around in the future. We're hoping that drop-off site continues to be a viable option. But we wanted to provide a solution that kept the glass locally and tried to minimize the freight and just the carbon emissions from making hauling glass great distances. So the company we work with is based out of Okmulgee, 2-hour drive from here to Okmulgee. They're a glass processor, and so they take the glass and they process it and turn it into cullet, which is used and sent to glass manufacturers here in state. And we have 3 or 4 big glass manufacturers in the state. And the majority of the glass that they use comes from out of state. In states that have bottle bills where they produce clean glass that's recycled from people returning it in this deposit program scenario. So it's really important that we not only increase the amount of glass that's recycled, but that we reduce the amount of miles driven and for the end use of the glass. And we can do that here. We just have to set up a new system. So we're hoping that our home collection service will make it more convenient and increase the rates of glass recycling, because it's not easy for everyone to collect their glass and store it, stockpile it, and then drive it down to the drop-off center. That works for a lot of people, and it's great, but we're hoping that this will encourage more people to recycle glass.
It also fixes a lot of the problems that were happening with the single stream, because when you throw glass in with everything else, gets smashed and you get a lot of contamination. So there was a considerable amount of glass that wasn't even being recycled. And so this way, if you're separating it out and we're taking it directly to the folks, the amount of it that gets recycled is much higher. And so it's a much more efficient process on the recycling end. In the single stream process, there's a lot of waste that still ending up ultimately in the landfill due to contamination. And so this process will also help, address that issue. Right now we're taking signups on our website, so fertilegroundok.coop. You can sign up. It'll be $10 a month is the monthly charge, and we'll send you a sign-up link as soon as everything's ready to go. And so go to the website and sign up. It's the best thing you can do, and we'll get it going.
Recycling really is worth the effort because it reduces the harm. It reduces the environmental impact of our consumption.